you hop on, please say hello, whether you're watching the replay, you're watching live, you're watching on YouTube. There are many ways that this video can be in front of you. But if you want to be in on the live action, which is the best way to do it, and also to get your questions answered, and also to engage and really be in the energy of motivation and inspiration and just kicking it off high fire and high vibe, then you want to be here live when you can. All right, so today what we're going to be talking about is your superpower. So all this week we are talking about you know, how to really connect to your purpose, right? To something that's greater than you. Something, and what I mean by that is like something that like will get you fired up to, you know, go big, to set bigger goals in your career, in your personal life, whatever that is. Like, it's bigger than just you being in your day-to-day life, right? Because we all know like how stagnant that can get and how unmotivating it can get when life inevitably is challenging or boring. God forbid. The high performer does not like to be bored, and really never really is bored, because we're always setting that next bar. So here's what I want to jump right into, right? So I've been coaching people a lot around this topic. And in fact, in VIP days, it comes up a lot because so many of you, like I had been at a certain point in my life, are really asking this question, like, how can I make a bigger difference in the world? You know, like, how can I be connected to something that really inspires me and moves me forward? Because here's the truth. You're going to be working in your life anyway, right? You're living anyway. You're doing the day-to-day grind, if you want to call it a grind, every day anyway. So why not be really connected to something that is your God-given gift, right? Your superpower, your purpose. And so all of this gets to be put into a way that you can go out in the world and do this for work, and or this could just be something that you do in addition to what you're already doing for work, right? But really, I want to connect with those of you who really want to turn your purpose, not your passion only, right? Because passions can come and go, but your higher purpose, your bigger calling in life. I really want to support those of you who want to take that and put it out into the world in the work that you do, in the career that you do, or in the service that you do, right? In just being of service. So I've been having this conversation a lot with people. In fact, I was talking to my client and coach, meaning she coaches in my coaching academy yesterday. Her name is Emma. She's an incredible coach. But one of the things, or not but, and one of the things that she and I have worked on along the way is really like what her purpose is. Like, what is it that I really get to do with people? And if you ever ask yourself this question, let me know. Let me know in the comments, or throw up a like. Like, does this question come up for you? Like, what is it that I really have to share with people that's going to be of value, right? What's of value? Like, and here's what happens often when I work with new entrepreneurs. They're constantly questioning, like, is this valuable enough? Do people want to hear this? You know, who am I to even be talking about this? Will people pay me for this? You know, and what happens is they start to jump around. They start to jump around and try different things. And that's all part of an entrepreneurial process, but it doesn't have to be that long drawn out. And here's what I know for sure. Most times you're overcomplicating it. You're overcomplicating it, because the truth is, what your superpower, because that's what we're going to talk about today, is really so simple. What your superpower is really so simple. And it's from that place, when you connect to what your superpower is, what your God-given gift is, when you connect to that, everything gets easier. But here's what happens. Again, you overcomplicate it. So there's something I do with my clients called discovering your superpowers. I have a process with them, but I'm not going to give you the whole process, but you can do something similar, right? And so here, I'm going to share this with you, and then I'm going to share with you like what my superpowers are. So think of like 10, 15 people that you're close to, right? You've worked with them, they're great friends, maybe not your spouse, unless your spouse, like possibly, but sometimes they're just way too close to us to really give us this feedback. But ask people that you've worked with, colleagues, friends, other people that you've been on projects with or something, right? Ask them and make sure they know you really well. What do they come to you for? What do they most come to you for? What are you their go-to person for? And don't just guess, right? Ask them, start collecting feedback. Hey, so-and-so, what can you say, like, what do you come to me for? What am I the go-to person for? What do you automatically come to me for? What am I known for, right? And so let them give you feedback honestly. There's a series of questions that I have my clients do with this to take it even further. But to start with, this is how you can start to get clues to what your purpose is and what your superpower is. Now, here's what I know for sure. It's going to be so simple, meaning you're going to collect all that information. You're going to see, like, what's the consensus. Oh, maybe people come to me to help them research something, right? Like, you may be surprised or you may not be surprised. I've seen it happen both ways for people. But what I know for sure is it's always something super simple that you say to yourself, oh, that's my superpower? Like, isn't that easy? Doesn't everybody know how to do that? Or it's like, can I like make money off of that for the people that I work with who are new entrepreneurs and coaches? Like, that's the question. And the answer is yes, yes. What you're naturally gifted at, what comes so easy to you is where your magic is. And guess what? Even though it seems simple and common sense to you, it's not to other people. It's not to other people. So for example, when I've done this exercise, and I could do it again and again and again, it's going to be the same exact responses. But when I've done it, what I come up with, or not what I come up with, but what I get as feedback is people come to me for direct, like, to the point advice or insight into something. They come to me when they want, like, the hard truth and to go and to see things in a way that they probably are not looking at it, right? So they come to me for the hard truth, right? And they come to me for a different perspective, the hard truth and a different perspective. If somebody's ready to get over something, go through it, get over it, and transform an area in their life, like they're sick of being stuck in it, they come to me, right? They don't come to me necessarily to complain. Most of my friends don't. Like, they'll tell me, they're like, yeah, I know that you're not the friend to, like, that's gonna, like, buy into my sob story, right? And so they have other friends, like, in our circles, or friends that they know that they go for other things, right? Like, maybe they go to some people for money advice, or they go to some people for relationship advice, but they come to me for the hard truth and for a different perspective when they are ready to get on. That is my superpower. Do you see how my superpower is part of what I do in the world? That's why it comes so natural to me. Right? And that's when you start to get in flow. And like we've been talking about all week, and if you didn't see yesterday's video or Monday's video, go back and watch it, because there's nuggets in there for you to use along with this tip that I'm giving you now for really getting connected to what's your bigger purpose in life, why it is that you feel called to do something bigger in the world. Like, you might not know what it is that you want to do. Right? You might not know. You might be at a crossroads. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about something specifically for those of you who, like, you feel you've been living your purpose, or you've been doing what you've been calling, but or been called to do, and maybe you're out there in the world creating results and having an impact on people, but something, like, you feel like something's missing. right? Like there's something off, you know, that maybe there's the next level or something needs to be tweaked. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. And I'm going to share a story about someone that I helped with that recently who is super successful and who was able to have a big breakthrough with this. So make sure that you're watching the videos this week because it's all connecting and supporting you in how to go out there and get connected to your purpose, right? So here's the thing. Who's gonna take this advice and go out and start asking people these honest questions? Catherine, I know that you did this. Isidro, I don't know if you've done this. I can't see who else is watching. I see a few of you on here. But those of you who are watching the replay, let me know in the comments. I invite you to go out and get feedback. Ask people, what am I the go-to person for? What do you come to me for? And get like 10, 12, 20 people to give you answers. And then look at what the general consensus is. What do people mostly come to you for? And there's gold in that. There's gold in that. And you don't have to overthink it. This is what Emma and I were talking about yesterday. It's like, what she's so gifted at is really when she's having a conversation with someone is being so connected to that person and really being able to listen really well. Listening well is a gift that not everybody has. Not only is she able to listen well, but she's then able to really see like the big picture for that person and really connect with them and give them feedback that really supports them and makes them feel heard, right? Makes them feel heard. So imagine that you're sitting and you're talking to someone and you're coming to them with your problem or your, something that is a pain point, right? Is causing pain in your life. And you're talking to a person who makes you feel so heard, ask the probing questions that gets you to the deeper layer. And then she's able to respond and help you see the big picture. Like, that's a gift. But here in her mind, she was saying, well, is that really like something that I help people with? Is that really a superpower? Yes, it is. And it doesn't have to be more profound than that, because that actually is profound, right? Wouldn't you want to be in a situation or have someone to talk to who you walk away from a conversation feeling that way, feeling heard, feeling supported, and having some insight that you hadn't seen before? So that is a gift. And often your gift, your superpower, what you are so qualified to do doesn't come from training and quote unquote qualifications. The qualifications are your life, right? Your experience. That's part of your personality. It's part of your nature. It's what you naturally do. It's what God gave you as your gift. Some of you are really intuitive. We're all intuitive, but some of you can really access that deeper, right? Some of you can go to that place quicker. Some of you can really connect to energy. Some of you have brilliant analytical minds and you can help people see the pieces that they might be missing, right? Like, I am a big visionary, right? And so I like to have on my team people who are really detail oriented, who can fill in the gaps, right? I like to have people on my team who can really see like what people need emotionally, right? So like, look at where your gift is. And if you are building a business or you're building a team around you, I say this to people all the time, you don't have to have a business to have a team, right? Like, this is one way that you get to be a high performer in your life. Your team is your family members. It's people that can help you with childcare, people that can help you with home care, taking care of your home, taking care of your pets, right? People that can help you with your emotional health, with your physical health, right? So it's therapists, it's coaches, it's spirit guides, like I have people that I consult with on my numerology, on my astrology. I have an emotional coach that helps me in that area. I have a personal development. I work with somebody on personal development. I work with somebody in business, right? In a team in business. I work with my fitness coach, right? So like, build your team around you. And the reason I'm saying that is when you can get hooked into what you're really gifted at, you can focus on that and have the people around you do what they're gifted at. And you see how all of a sudden things become easier, lighter, and more clear and focused. But so many of you are putting your head down and trying to do everything on your own. And it's the long way there. It's the long, slow uphill battle, and it doesn't have to be that long. So let me know if you're going to collect responses and go out and be brave enough. You can do it by email, by text, by phone, by face-to-face conversation. Just start asking, hey, what do you come to me for? Just be honest. Like, what am I the go-to person for? You know, don't ask them like, what are my greatest gifts? What do you see in me? But really get to the point. Like, what am I the go-to person for? Okay. I hope that tip supports you today. If you have a friend in the group, tag them so that they can see this. And if you're watching, don't just be a lurker. Comment, engage. This group is here for you. I can only continue to go live as much as you guys engage and give me feedback and let me know that this is bringing value to you, okay? So I want to hear from you in the comments, and I'll see you guys later. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Bye. Have an incredible Wednesday.